Okay, so we're just leaving beautiful Bayona behind us. It's been an awesome 3-day stay at that marina. Not the most cheap marina, but yeah, all the same, the facilities are great. The berths are great and everything's good about it, and the town is brilliant, so well worth a stop on the way down if you're coming down this way. After 3 days I'm ready to push on. Now I did set off a couple of days ago and it was just thick fog and the wind was in the wrong direction, so I've had to wait a couple of days for the wind to change, and I should be on a beam reach from the starboard side going down to my next port of call, which is about 38 miles, so yeah, looking around 6 hours, something like that. But yeah, coastline's beautiful, Bayona's beautiful behind the castle just there, and all those little dots on the water is a big long fishing line from the shore all the way out, catching fish for the local you know, supermarkets and restaurants in town. There's a couple of places to anchor in this bay which are really nice too. You don't have to go into the marina if you don't want to. But, yeah, we're just heading out to the point now where we're going to do a 90 left and head down the coast, quite close to the coast, and it's pretty flat going down to my next stop, which I can't remember the name of, so I'll update you shortly. But yeah, looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. Looking forward to getting around the corner and getting those sails working. Okay, so we've turned the corner. Strange wind, it's on the nose again, and it seems to have shifted, but hopefully it'll swing round and fill in a little bit later. Let's see. Anyway, engine's on. I'm just about to have my breakfast. So what do I have for breakfast in the morning? Well, normally it's cereal. Today I have a nice cream pastry, like a vanilla pastry, and a yogurt, and that's me for this morning. Beautiful coastline, we're just going to follow it all the way down, and just in front of us we have some fishermen just there coming to pick up their lobster pot, and we have another lobster pot somewhere in front of us that I saw earlier, but I'm sure where there's one, there's more. Oh yeah, just over to my left, just over here, and he's coming steaming down to find it. So you won't see it on the screen, but the lobster pot's just there, and then this guy on the little fishing boat just here, going around picking up all of his pots. Now a little bit of swell coming in from the open ocean, to be expected. Yeah, there's no white horses, so that's good. Sails up, albeit on reef 2. I tend to reef as I'm going out in the morning, and I can always shake a reef out and put the sail more up, depending on the conditions. The other day when I set off, the conditions were great until I got out the bay, and then they were a little bit overpowering. I was seeing 17, 20 knot, the forecast didn't predict, so I'm always on the cautious side, just in case, and that's the way I do it. So I can see another lobster pot in front of me to the right, so he's got a few out today, and yeah, there's not many more after this, I don't think. But yeah, let me update you on where we're going today. It's a little port, not very busy, although when I called them yesterday they said there was kind of a regatta on. So there was quite a lot of racing boats in there. I don't know how true that is until I get there, but he said give him a call around 11 o'clock and let him know what time I'm going to arrive, so he can get me in and find me a pontoon or something. And then that's our first hop down to Porto. So rather than do a 13-14 hour day down to Porto, I decided to do, you know, a 6 hour and a 6 hour hop to get down to Porto, and just split the days up a little bit. Estimating with the stops and the deviations around the coast after Lisbon for the orcas and things, just because of that it's going to take me a little longer, so I'm estimating about 9 or 10 days now to Gibraltar. Might be quicker, I'm not too fussed if it is 10 days, so as long as I can get back, fly home. My daughter's got a prom that she needs to go to, and I need to get back to that at some point. So I've got time, let's see how we get on. But yeah, you can probably see that little pot bobbing about there, kind of a whitey yellow. and that's the last one I can see, so I'm going to have some breakfast. Flat calm, absolutely glassy out here. So it's been another motoring day today. Passing all these beautiful beaches, not sure if it picks it up on the camera, and these little towns next to the sea. The coastline is absolutely spectacular along the Galician coastline. But this actually now is Portugal. So we are officially in Portugal. I just spotted another lobster pot, and we have the Portuguese flag up. Not that it's doing anything, because there's no wind. We've got about 10 miles to run now, 2 hours to get into our port. I didn't tell you which port, did I? Let me see if I can pronounce it. So, Viana do Castello. Viana do Castello. Not sure if you can see that, just there. Viana do Castello. That's where we're heading to today. We're doing 5 knots under the engine. I kind of knew really that a lot of this trip would be motor sailing, especially down the Portuguese coast. The weather forecast on predict wind was totally wrong for today. It was meant to be from our starboard beam coming in, which would have been great sailing down. So I'm hoping once we get to our destination tonight, set off tomorrow, we've got about a 8-hour sail tomorrow down to Porto, and then I'm hopeful the wind is going to pick up as we drop down from Porto to Lisbon, and then that's where things get a bit tricky with the orcas. That's where all the action is at the moment. So yeah, from Lisbon it's going to be really hugging the coast, going round down to Gibraltar, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into the south coast of Portugal and popping into Lewmar Marina, where I know there's a certain YouTuber called The Happy Sailor living down there. So I've visited Lewmar in my youth, actually, on a shooting competition, clay pigeon shooting, many years ago, when the guns went on the plane in Manchester Airport under high security, and when we got to Lewmar Airport, we asked security where would we pick the guns up, and they actually came around the carousel with all the other baggage, which was quite funny really. Made me laugh, but yeah, I don't think it'd happen these days. So yeah, it's just a day of really just sit back, watch out for lobster pots, and just admire this stunning coastline and beautiful beaches all the way down. Really need to come down in the car, spend some time with the wife around Galicia and down this part of the world. It's absolutely beautiful, just beautiful. Beautiful beaches, towns, and more lobster pots in the distance. So, need to go on watch. Back shortly. Many thanks. Thank you very much.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
can we go forward?
We can,
We are
yeah.
expecting another boat.
Yeah, exactly.
And to be easier.
I just wanted to get tied up because it was difficult with the current, so no problem.
We help you.
Okay. Just pull it forward, or do you want me to motor forward as well?
To be easier.
Thanks, guys. Where's the office?
Red building just after the
Okay, perfect.
small bridge.
Yeah.
Then 200 meters in the direction.
Okay, perfect. I'll come over and see you. Thank you again, guys. Cheers. Well, that was a bit sketchy. You got the current of the river literally going that way, and then you got 17 knots of wind just came up from nowhere, again going the same way. Unbelievable. Anyway, luckily that guy helped me. He at least got me a rope on, which was good, and then the marineros came, moved me forward a touch, which was good. So I've got all the lines on, springers as well, so I don't move forward or backwards, because you might get another boat in behind me just here. But yeah, looks a lovely place. So I'm in the river. Alongside the river there's a road bridge going over there, no noise. There's a swing bridge for the marina that goes into here. The marina's full, so they put me on the waiting pontoon for the night, which I'm fine with. But yeah, let's go and do some paperwork. Check in. Now, they were very, very lovely in that marina. In fact, the guy, Portuguese guy, perfect English, he was the guy that spoke to me on the radio and when I called yesterday. And yeah, I can understand the marina's very small, but they have a waiting pontoon outside where you've just seen the boat, and literally you can put probably 4 or 5 boats on that waiting pontoon in the river. I did ask him about low tide and can I get out the river at low, and he said yes, not a problem. So that's all good. He gave me a little map of the town and the old town and things, where the supermarkets are. All looks pretty lovely. This railway bridge that I'm walking under is a road and railway bridge, just there. And the marina, like I said, is quite small. So for smaller boats only, not many sailboats in there, to be fair. There is another port further down that I know some people that I watch on YouTube also stayed there, and there's an actual old medical ship from days gone that's now a museum. I'm not going to have a walk down there, it's a bit far. But what I will do is find somewhere to eat tonight and share that with you, and also share the town, which is yeah, supposed to be really nice here. So I'm going to head back to the boat, get things tidied up, get the electric plugged in and top the water up. Well, it's early evening, it's 7 p.m. and I'm just coming for a look around town. Some nice restaurants and things, a few shops and things around. Nice to be in Portugal, nice to be somewhere different. Little cafe in the centre there of the park. Might be good for breakfast. Beautiful shop. What a little gem I found. Pharmacy. Now we've definitely gone from cheap Spain to upmarket Portugal. Look at that church. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful little streets. And where are we? Viana de Castello. Wow. So yeah, it looks like nice little high-end shops. And just around the corner here, you've got a little square, if you can call it a square, with more restaurants, shops, and a beautiful water fountain next to what looks like an old castle. Beautiful buildings. Lovely clothes shops. Good for the wife. And look at that water fountain. Just lovely. Beautiful buildings with beautiful balconies. Look at that building. Spectacular. Now I understand why the property prices are huge. Looks like a tapas type restaurant. Very nice. Museum in front. And a crane child. Right, need to find a supermarket. Main Street, supermarket. That's what we need. And then I'm going to head down the front and grab a restaurant. Okay, so supermarket done. Of course, I called the wife and said, oh, look at this cheap wine. She said to me, oh, get a couple of bottles, red and white. I think that's about 6 bottles now I've got on board. But she's right. If it's cheaper here than in the east of Spain, where we're going for the summer, why not stock up? €1.75 for a bottle of red and €2.45 for a bottle of white. Unbelievable. So I'm just heading down towards the waterfront again. Yeah, what a nice little town. Let's go and find a nice restaurant and get me that steak I deserve.